Right, thank you. Let's greet our neighbors. That's all you have to do. All right, we're going to do this one we've done before, the soul to soul. So this is, please join us in the light 50s rock. Have fun with that. There's a perfect flow of love that unites the world. There's a perfect flow of joy that invites the world. There's a perfect flow of peace and now of hope. Soul. There's perfection in the oneness that I feel. There's reflection in the process as I heal. There's a perfect flow of love and now of hope. Soul. Soul to soul, heart to heart, mind to mind. Soul to soul, heart to heart, peace is mine. There's a perfect flow of love that resides in me. There's a perfect flow of joy that is guiding me. There's a perfect flow of peace I now have before. Soul to soul. Here we go. Soul to soul, heart to heart, mind to mind. Soul to soul, heart to heart, peace is mine. There's a perfect flow of love that resides the world. There's a perfect flow of joy that invites the world. There's a perfect flow of peace and now of hope. Soul to soul. Soul to soul. Two more. Soul to soul. Soul to soul. Thanks, everyone. Let's be seated for the opening prayer.
Thank you so much. I think we have to turn this on, don't I, Sue?
I think so. Yes.
There we are. Well, I really am amazed how wonderful it is to have Sue sing so loud through her mask that we can get it. It's a trick. I know it is. It's a trick. It also helps me sort of like muffle my voice. Well, I am so pleased to be here. I thank you for being here on this beautiful fall day. We are so blessed in the Black Hills with this beautiful weather, our safe climate. We are just living in the hands of God. I truly believe that. And who could have guessed that last time I was here, I was walking on a half-broken hip. So, as my husband said, they took the loose screws in my head and put them in my hip on the 11th, and I'm on my way to recovery now. So now I have to get well before I do a 20-day tour on the East Coast to see the fall colors. I'm hoping that the water resides. I hope my hip is better, and may COVID be calm. So again, thank you for being here on this day. Autumn in the Black Hills is my absolute favorite time of year. And so many in the United States right now are having so many troubles. Fire on the East Coast, floods on the west, or the East Coast are floods, west is fire, and the South, no electric, no gas, no food, no water, heat. I just pray incessantly that they be lifted up and taken care of. So please join me in prayer. Gracious, loving God, we thank you for the cloak of protection and abundance and health you have us wrapped in. Thank you for guiding us to be together with these like minds, to allow us to create good, positive thoughts for our fellow mankind. Show us the way to make a difference in lives that we become in contact with. Let us be the souls that lift up all humanity in the prayer and the love of God. Let us also be generators of good and positive thoughts and actions that will bring health to our planet. Let us be mindful and let us take actions that will help replenish the climate of this planet that you have provided for us. We affirm that thy will shall be done. Loving God, please guide me with my words, directed by you to open hearts and minds to your message for us today. Please guide me so my words clearly communicate what is your truth. Amen.
Well, good morning. We are going to bless the children. We don't have any here in person, but we may have some on Zoom. And we also will bless the child in us. So if you please join me in blessing the children and follow me. Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them. The kingdom of God belongs to such as these. We love you, we bless you, and we behold the Christ in you.
Walking in the light. Let's sing others. Walking in the light, in the light.
I'm walking in the light of God. In the light, 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 in the light of God.
Running, possibly. Thank
We're
you,
running
Sue.
in the light.
We're so glad, welcome, first of all, I'm Joe Lowe, and so glad you're here to join us today for worship and join us on our spiritual journey. We extend a special welcome to those visiting for the first time today. We invite you to take a welcome packet. They're on that table back there, home with you, and if you would like to receive information on the upcoming events, please fill out. You'll see a contact card like this. They should be on the back of the chairs, and put it in the offering bowl during the offertory. Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement based out of Lee Summit, Missouri. We accept all faiths to our church, and that's like I say, a worldwide spiritual movement. And it's a great opportunity to have all the people in the community come to our church. Some announcements. We have a prayer box on the table by the kitchen, which is back there. Your prayers will be prayed upon here first and then forwarded to Unity in Lee Summit, Missouri. Some of the announcements that we have are Wednesday, September 8th, we are streaming Unity Worldwide Prayer Day from Unity Village. Come early, stay for the cookies and discussion. On the return of the book club, that's coming back again, alternate Wednesdays. Next on September 15th at 7 p.m. on Zoom for the book club. Tuesday, September 7th, Unity Women's Circle on Zoom, and the topic is how can we be tolerant and authentic. On Sunday, September 12th, we're going to have a vote on board members, and your current board is there's 3 people on there that have been acting board members, and we're going to take nominations on September 12th to comply with the Unity guidelines. We didn't have a board meeting and have that vote earlier in the year because we were really in lockdown. We weren't here at the church, and most of the stuff was being done on Zoom. So that's why we're going to comply with our bylaws, and on September 12th, come and vote for your board members. Tuesday, September 14th, from 2 to 4 p.m., will be Soul Collage, and again at 6 to 8 p.m. And Jackie Peterson will be doing that. So please notify Jackie if you're coming. There's a $10 fee for materials, and it's at Unity. It is here. On Thursday, September 16th at 6 p.m., Dr. Jim Gardner will be teaching music wellness at Unity. And on a lot of announcements today. Tuesday, September 21st at 6 p.m., Wendy Lowe will be teaching a class on meditation. And so we hope you join us for that. A couple things on the facility is available for rent, which helps defray the costs for us here. So if you will see Jim Free, he will tell you what the guidelines are for the rental and use of this property. And so we are doing well with rentals. We have a few groups in here now, so it's a great facility. So, coming messages as far as the ministry. September 12th, relying on the divine guidance. Our speaker will be Reverend Judith Kennedy. On September 19th, living free. Our speaker will be Reverend Taffy Tucker, and we're glad she's back and walking now. So you please join us in the next song. It's called Oneness.
Okay, it's also
In the hymnal, if you're up for looking along at the music, it's fun.
I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I now let go. I now let go. There's nothing to fear. I realize there's only one power. 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 I realize I'm one with the one. I realize I'm one with the one. I realize I'm one with the one. I realize I'm one with the one.
Now, if you will please join me in our affirmation. We believe that there is only one God, common to all people. Life is meant to be good. Love is our only power, and always our greatest teacher. And now we'll have the daily word.
With God, I live a life of balance. Work can be a fulfilling use of my talents and efforts. I may enjoy the challenge of growing in responsibility and using my ambition to accomplish great things. But if I work too much or for too long, my energy might start to wane and my thinking become dull and uninspired. Likewise, too much leisure time may rob me of motivation and pull me into a spiral of inactivity. Spiritual practices bring precious balance into my life. Through prayer, I touch eternity and feel the presence of God within. Through meditation, I focus my mind and feel calm and grounded. Through speaking affirmations, I claim divine ideas and act on inspiration. In gratitude, I find balance in God, the one presence and one power in my life. Let me be weighed in a just balance, and let God know my integrity. Job 31:6.
Thank you. And believe me, I understand balance real well this month. So the last couple of weeks, I've been thinking about this, and I've been reading and studying. Well, actually, I've had plenty of time to read and study. So I'll try to keep this under 2 hours. I have quite a few thoughts in my mind. So, where do we find balance? You know, it is something that all persons want, and we always talk about it. As I've been listening to the news and to broadcasts and iPod stuff, people are always saying they want balance. They want to move to small towns because they want to have the balance of greenery and earth instead of just all city. But they know they have to work in the city, so they want a balance between the two. They want a balance between friends and family and their house responsibilities, whether it is cleaning the house or fixing light bulbs or whatever it is. You want to balance the time with your family, and people are feeling that they haven't been doing that. And they want a balance between social life and their own personal quiet time. So we're all looking for balance. And as I did some contemplating on that, I really got some inspiration from reading from the Bible chapters, Romans chapter 12. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Live in harmony with one another. Do not repay one evil for another evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. Live in peace. And the chapter also ends in the thought of, do not overcome evil with evil, but overcome evil with good. And I think that is where we are sort of stuck right now. There's a lot of people that are not contemplating that they have got to come back for everything bad we know, hear, or see. Come back with positive thoughts, blessings, and love. And it is easy looking at balance and seeing our wobbly climate and the wacky behavior of our political systems and our world governments. It's hard for us to really get the idea of balance. So don't conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That is what Romans 12:2 brings to the front. And I'm reminded of a quote from Willie Nelson. Yeah, that Willie Nelson. Once you replace negative thoughts with positive ones, you will start having positive results. And that is true in every aspect of our lives. We can join those that have the intention and the desire to generate movements that bring back balance, to bring bring together people with actions that will bring a positive change. And we can actually bring the climate back to balance. They're saying it is not too late for us. We can do that, and we need to do that. Each one of us can embrace also Romans 12:16. Live in harmony with one another. And this brings to mind, I almost always go back to my mom and my aunties. And as I was growing up, they would say, when you're going into a situation and you don't know how it's going to turn out, and it's a little out of sync, always send your guardian angel in ahead of you. And when I was at Human Resources at Golden Reward Mining Company, if we had labor issues, and we always did with 300 people, if you have labor issues and you're going into a meeting, I always would say, Goldenrod, go before me and bring the situation to a resolve that makes all people happy and that all people understand that we're together. And it made things so much easier. Whenever I would go into a negotiation, like when we were selling the Franklin Hotel, man, it was hard to let God do that one. He was so stinking slow. And there were times I would go into meetings and I'd say, okay, God, whatever it is that you have for us, let's goldenrod go in there and plan this meeting out. And you have to believe and then trust. But if you want to test this little piece of magic yourself, I would suggest that you find your guardian angel, and you can name her anything or him anything you want. It isn't anything magic. It doesn't take a psychic to tell you your guardian angel. Just know that you've got one and name it. So goldenrod is mine, and I've been using goldenrod to manage my life for years. So as we go into a parking lot like Sam's or Menards, I say, goldenrod, find me the perfect parking spot. It always works at Sam's. It's always in the area I want. But the really weird part is in Menards. There is a parking spot just outside the exit door, 2 cars up, and there's always a little puddle of water if there's any moisture around at all. That's my spot. I have for years never had to park in another spot but that spot. It's also a really cool way to freak your spouse out. Also, this week, and last week some, I'm reading a book from Susan Cain, C-A-I-N, and the name of the book was Quiet, and I thought, oh, that's a perfect book. It's going to be about meditation. It'll be just perfect. It isn't at all. It's about the brain and how personalities can be tracked in the brain. And there are 2 very different personalities. One's the outgoing, the boisterous, what did she say? Confident, boisterous, outgoing, and in-charge personality. And the second personality is the introspective, shy, and reticent, quiet personality. And some people are very much one or the other, but some are a little more balanced. But we all have some of each of those in each of us. And so then, now that we have so much science, they have ways of, and I'm sure Jim Gardner knows about this too, they have ways of putting wires in like bubble gum, sticking it all over your head. If you've ever had a sleep study, you know how much fun that is to get out of your hair. But anyway, they put that in your head, and then they can watch where your brain is activated in different situations. And they are finding that because of our school system and because of the way our society runs, we are rewarding more people that are of the pushy, boisterous, strong types. And the quiet types are stepping back, and we are getting more out of balance. So we really need to cooperate and get those 2 sides of our brains balanced. And they're saying that when you can get 2 of those brains working together, if you have a group and you pick the group, so you have equal, quiet, and assertive people, they suggest that if you can come to an agreement on a question, it will truly be a far better resolve. It will show all people will be happy, all people will understand and feel like that it was a good decision. So yes, balance is what we need, which then brings me to Romans 12:17. Do not repay one evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. Live in peace with everyone. This peace is the balancing that creates good and right paths. So Romans 12:21 is the last of the verses I picked out. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. And this is what positive thinking is and can do to create a balance with the world, a life of balance. Whether it is your relationships, your business, your community, your friends, if we can absolutely look for the good and the positive and the caring, we will have a world much more balanced. So I have spent a good part of this last week, and I'm not out a lot, but when I am out, I really pay attention to see how much of my behavior, my speech, my actions, and my intentions reflect an outgoing behavior. And I look as well to see what are my actions and words that show that I am more reticent and more sitting back. And which ones are the ones that are appropriate for me to do? When should I be quiet and when should I be pushy? And that's a real study to do on yourselves. So this week, please join with me and see what you find in your own character. And let's work to bring balance and harmony and love to every action and every thought. I also have to, the thought comes into my mind, I heard a cute story this week about a woman that really had positive thinking down pat. She was losing her hair by the handfuls. Just was really quite phenomenal how her hair was falling out. But she was very, very positive about the whole thing. And one morning she woke up and she had only 3 strands of hair on her head. She went, whew, well, let's see. I'll decide to braid my hair today. So she braided her strands. That was good. The second day she woke up, 2 strands of hair on her head. She decided, I will have pigtails today. Oh, by golly, worked out fine. So the third day, 1 strand of hair on her head. She woke up, oh, I think I'll decide to have a ponytail. So she had a ponytail. Okay, the 4th day, you know it. She woke up with not a hair on her head. She decided, by golly, I am blessed I don't have to figure out what to do with my hair today. So you see, you can make your world work by your attitude, and your attitude will make you happy or crazy. And I have found that with my fun sticks, it is also about your attitude of how your health is going to be and how your life is going to be and how you're going to accept the lessons that come your way. They don't all have to be good, but they do bring you growth. So we can help bring balance to this world. We can bring love, harmony, peace, equality, and we can be the light that will lead us to a more balanced existence, not only for ourselves and our loved ones, but for the entire whole world. One step at a time, one thought at a time. So I think Sue has a premeditation song for us.
Please join us. I'll with myself safely around. We'll sing it through twice.
I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom, with love. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom. I clothe myself safely round with infinite love and wisdom, with love. With infinite love and wisdom.
And another fun affirmation that I find occurring in my life quite often is the music will just somehow, in some sort of little way, go back to what I was thinking. And if you remember the opening prayer, I said that we have a cloak of love around us. And there we are, clothed in love and wisdom. So that's very, very nice. As with today's meditation, I would like to introduce a thought that might give us some pause, time to think. And it's a way to think about difficult times. If something unpleasant occurs, if we find ourselves on sort of a difficult path and things aren't going our way, perhaps it is a blessing to us in the long run. It can be that we're going through a difficult time in order that we can enlarge our soul and our life path and our lessons. And it is that we need to learn to trust God so that He can give us something that we couldn't have known how good it would be. Something that was better than we had in mind with our own plan. And given that thought, is it possible to look at any difficulty we encounter as an opportunity to trust God? I believe that it is. It could also be that if we don't take an opportunity to trust God, we continue to pray for our own will and way, we may be passing up a blessing or a resolve that would be far greater than we can imagine for ourselves. So let us not hold a vision in our mind of what balance looks like in our relationships, in our businesses, in our lives. Let us not have political opinions, even in the quiet times of our own contemplations. Let us not have plans or agendas when we are in our quiet times of meditation. Let us trust in our omniscient, all-loving God, thanking Him for His perfect will for our lives, our world. Perhaps God has an answer to all our complications that is better than we can dream of. So at this time, with our eyes closed, please find your peaceful place. And with your palms open in your lap, ready to receive God and receive God's good for you. Inhale deeply and naturally, and exhale fully, relaxing your body. Let us now take a few of these life-affirming breaths. Continue with this relaxing breathing as I speak a Latin phrase, lumen de lumen, which translates to light of light. When used as a mantra, it will evoke a sense of personal brightness, and it will offer energy to those around us. This energy will fill us with confidence and allow us to be open to the world and to God's will. Follow me with your minds, even voicing if you choose. Lumen de lumen, lumen de lumen, lumen de lumen. Light of light, light of light, light of light, lumen de lumen, lumen de lumen, lumen de lumen. Be with this mantra as we hold this peace for a few minutes. Lumen de lumen, light to light. Thank you, Father, for filling us with light and joy. Each of us are holding a thought that we want to bring love and grace and balance to. Let each of us affirm that we are all in peace with each other and that we know the best will come to each of us. Mindfully say, thank you, God, for granting each of our intentions as the plan fits into the best for each of us. We all agree that you, our loving Father, will grant us all that is needed by each of us. We trust in you for your will to be done. Let's take a little remaining time to bring forward the names of situations and needs that need the blessing of our loving God, to gently and lovingly embrace the life situations we now speak of. We can be in peace, knowing that God is in control. He knows the needs of these named concerns. All are tended to by God. Bring the names either silent or in whispers. God will hear them all. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Sue?
God's mind is working in my mind. I see the light shining through. Divine ideas of all kinds. I know just what to do. My mind is the game. I can create life heavenly. All of my thoughts are working with God's pure energy. God's mind is working
Well, now it's time for our offering. And we will now participate in our walk of abundance. And when you tithe the Unity of the Black Hills, your generosity extends far beyond us into the community. We tithe the Feeding South Dakota, Meals on Wheels, Youth and Family Services, Unity Worldwide Ministries, Silent Unity, and Unity South Central District. So you can bring your gift forward, whatever it may be, and place it in the offering bowl, and pick up an affirmation as you go. And so, because we also receive when we give. So please join me in the song, I Am So Blessed, and come forward.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Now, if you will please join me in reading our mission statement together. And you notice that's changed slightly. We did make a decision at the board to change that. We feel it fits well. So please join me. And ready? Unity of the Black Hills as a center of love and peace, radiating light into the world. So that's our new mission statement. So at this point, I want to thank all the musicians for blessing us with their beautiful music selections today. You know, and I really thank the volunteers that help make this work, from the food to the, you know, all the things that they do for us behind the scenes too. So please give them. You know, I want to thank my fellow board members for making things happen as we grow into who we are becoming. And, you know, special thanks to all of you here today for joining us on the spiritual journey together. So please, we hope you stay around a little bit afterward. We are going to have some things, but if you take your treat, whatever that is, and we've got an area roped off in the parking lot out there, and join us in a little bit of fellowship. The reason we're doing that is because of the high COVID rates of spread here in the community. And so far we're doing well here, and everybody, we're masking up, and we're going to continue to have services here right now. So please stay around and fellowship a little bit, and please join me in the closing song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be.
prayer of protection, I forgot. Sorry. Forgive me. So please join me in the a prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God unfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you for joining us today.
Spring song.
What do you want to think?
You're seeking, you shall find.
Seeking you, seeking you shall find. We're going back to the beginning. We're going back to the beginning.